Okay, according to this, we're live, but I don't know. All right, welcome live from the crossroads of America. 1 hour talk show, shooting with disabilities. We also talk guns, politics, or anything else that crosses our mind. Answer questions from the audience. Just put them in the chat or email me at Rickslifeasiseeit at gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. I'm broadcasting on gun channels and YouTube. I have a Patreon page that's listed all down below there on YouTube. And I think it's down below on gun channels too. What else? I think that's about it for right now. But let me see who's in the audience here. We got who was first in. I think it was Jason Stewart. Then we had Two Gun Kitty. Patriot in the Dark popped in for a second. Then E Honda. Then we got Sabrina, Snob's Wife, Unknown User. Kingpin's jumped in there too. So that's who's in the audience at the moment. And introduce my panel real quick. Starting up here in the corner, we got Blind Shooter. How you doing?
Hey, Rick. How you doing?
All right. Then we got the one and only Squibload.
Hey.
All right. Then we got the there's no words to describe him. Patriot in the Dark.
How you doing?
Then we got the Kingpin.
Yeah, I think Squibby could probably come up with a few words to describe Patriot.
I've been called a
You know,
lot.
I couldn't get to the mute button fast enough. I just, at first I was like, well, there's a bunch of 4-letter words, and I thought, well, no, there's some 3, there's some 5. I've got a whole book of words to describe Patriot.
Yeah, and I checked the box unsuitable for children too.
And with Blind Shooter here, I mean, between Blind Shooter and Squib, I think we could spend the rest of the day just thinking of names for Patriot.
Yeah.
I actually commented on a video yesterday that was talking about people picking on a poor blind guy. And I just thought it was ridiculous. Like what? He's a person. It's no big deal. And I've been called a lot worse than just a blind,
Yeah, how did they know he was poor? What if he was rich?
I don't know.
Yeah. It says I got mail, but I can't see it.
Hey, now we have 3 blind people on the panel.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well. Okay, real quick, before we get started, just want to let everybody know, more likely this will end on the hour or just before, because I feel like crap. Quick story. I mentioned the other day I had to go to the dentist. I had toothache. Well, I went and I got 2 infected teeth down here, and he got me on some heavy antibiotic that's doing crazies with my stomach, But so I feel like crap. And next week, for you youngsters out there, take care of yourself. If I'd known I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself through drinking and smoking and doing all kinds of shit. I don't have the best teeth in the world. And in fact, I've only got 5 left on the bottom, and I got a partial in there. And unfortunately, besides those 2 coming out, he says the other 3 are beyond help. So he says, let's pull out all of them and put a full plate on the bottom. I went, oh, shit. So there won't be a show next Wednesday. Letting you know now, because I'm getting them all pulled out on Tuesday. So I don't think I'll be able to talk, or if I am here, you won't be able to hear me because I'll have a mouth full of cotton balls, So just want to let you know. So anyway, does Black Cat want to come in there, Kingpin? You can invite him.
If he wants the link, I'll send him one, but I think he was just messing around. Okay,
but if he wants one, he's more than welcome. Yeah, so next week for the invalid, like I am, I got Monday. I gotta see the orthopedic surgeon about my right hip. Then I gotta go get dentist on Tuesday. Hopefully, I can survive the week. But anyway, that's enough about me and my troubles. So I don't know. Maybe I gave out too much information, but that's how it is. That's how I roll. Anyway, we do have a topic for today, and it was supplied by my co-host, Patriot in the Dark. Oh, hey, talking about that, just an unknown user said you can still do the show, just have Patriot sign your part. There you go. So, Patriot, what's the topic?
Oh, well, it is December and everybody's doing their shopping and stuff like that. And I was just going to bring up what kind of gifts would you like to receive or give to somebody that might be disabled or older, or there's a whole list of things, but more geared for either shooters, self-defense, or just physical aids or something. So just easy one.
Okay. Anybody got any ideas? I mean, personally, myself, if somebody was going to buy me something,
You've got mail.
oh, thank you. I'm trying to think what I would want, what I would need. I don't know. I think to me, I would go with gun related. Luckily, I'm not too bad. I.e., I can still move around a lot, and I still have my vision and stuff. I wouldn't mind something sort of like to. I don't know. If there's something you can buy to wear around my neck when I'm out shooting in the cold, because it affects my arthritis like something like real crazy. But
For heat.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you would call, sort of like a scarf, but not. But I guess you pull it over your head and down to you, where it goes around your neck. A solid.
Yeah.
A balaclava.
Is that what it is?
A balaclava, not to be confused with a baklava.
No, well, balaclava. I thought that went. I mean, that went over. I don't want it to go over my face.
Yeah,
I just want it to go around my neck.
You're talking about the collared. They're like a front and a back of a shirt, but no sleeves or bottom.
Okay. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah.
They're like a turtleneck with just the front and the back portion and no sides and bottom. They're usually nice and fuzzy. I don't know what you call them. Fake shirts. Something, but like a mock turtleneck kind of thing. Goes up on your neck.
Yeah. I'll just read the chat here. Jason Stewart says all he wants for Christmas is world peace. I can lend you the book. Was it War and Peace? That real big thick book, whatever it is. I tried to read that once, and I didn't get very far. I still got it somewhere, buried in a box somewhere. Oh, Echo and the Bunny Man. That's David. He wants to send me a beautiful young woman to help out around the house for Christmas. I like that idea. I do miss my cleaning lady I had in Rhode Island. Besides doing a great job, she was hot. She really was. And I loved it, especially during the summertime when she used to clean my bathroom. She would come out there. I mean, it was like watching a wet T-shirt contest. I loved it. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. So, you got any ideas? What about you, Patriot? I mean, saying you're buying something for the visually impaired, like blind shooter, what would you get?
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of things. I mean, with shooting, if you got one of the bench rest things, the pistol or rifle stands, them would be kind of cool. I'd like to try. I've never messed with any of those, but my big thing that I put a video out today was doing a med kit. I'm making up some of those for some family members and whatever. Just kind of because most people don't pay attention to that stuff, and it's I'll buy one or whatever, and they buy it off it. A prepackaged one, and they throw it in a drawer, and they never open it. They don't go through it, or they don't know what's in there. And so, buying individual things like that, I think, are good. The tourniquets and different things like that. And there's all sorts of different kinds, like the I won't go off into all that, but like the SWAT tees, which are like the rubber band that you can use for a lot of different things. But different things that you could fit in a med kit would be cool. Some people I've opted to get some of those the chem pads, but the heating pads that you just shake up, or you rough up and they heat up, just pocket warmers or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Those are pretty nice because they're just use them and you throw them away. They're not like the old style where you had to light the little fuel stick and put it in the velvet. Yeah, that's old guy stuff. But those are always really cool.
Buy so like a bag or package of those things. Get somebody so they can use them when they want.
Yeah, and I've just seen them today on TV. 30 below socks. You get the thermal socks. I know that's a joke. Getting people socks for Christmas, but a good pair of socks, you can't beat that. Especially
you can never have enough people. Socks. I mean, even that commercial's correct. That is the most needed thing in homeless shelters is socks.
Yeah, and it's nothing like having a warm pair of socks, especially if you're outside for any time. If you're going shopping, or especially if you are disabled and you say you have to walk. It's when it's cold outside, it's good to get that stuff. But and then there's other things that are more shooting related, maybe gloves or the support style gloves. I mean, that's really dependent on people. So one of the things that I've done with people I know, friends and stuff, I just get them like gift certificates to like Maxi Aids, which is a company. It's one of the bigger companies that sell supplies for if you're missing an arm or a leg or whatever. I mean, all sorts of things that are aids for people that have some kind of need or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can always get them a good book.
True.
Books are good. Movies.
We got a thing coming in real quick. Interrupt you real quick from unknown user. The unknown user said, "I'll get blind shooter an air compressor that beeps when you get to a preset pressure, so he won't overfill his girlfriend."
I thought that's what patch kits are for.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't resist that one. I thought it was funny. It's cracking me up here. So, hey, Rich White's joined us. So in the chat there. So carry on, Patriot.
I just thought she was whistling.
So,
but yeah, there's all sorts of things, but especially if there's somebody that is, it doesn't even have to be, for shooters or whatever, but the ailments as far as people with arthritis and stuff like that. And there's a lot of things that people use on a daily that if you find out about it, some people take vitamins or probiotics or some kind of stuff that is a cost for them. If you can pick up a month or two supply of that, that's always something cool, and it doesn't have to be super expensive, But
yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, now you're thinking about it. I mean,
and that's just besides the ammo and the firearms and all this stuff that everybody always goes to. Oh, you can get them a knife, or you can get them this. Why don't you throw a tourniquet in there? Why don't you throw a just one of those $3 ebooks on how to do something, or
yeah. I mean, like with me, people. I mean, I don't need I want everything, but I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like reloading supplies. I.e., I'm not talking gunpowder and all that kind of stuff. I'm talking stuff like the little trays that you put your bullets in when you make them, and that kind of stuff, and maybe some, what am I looking for? Spare parts for. I tell you what, I seem to go through a lot because I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but when you're Squibber know what it's called, when you're punching out the
primers,
decapping pins.
Yes, decapping pins. For some reason, I bend them. Sometimes I'll pull it down, and it's sort of hard. Then I'll really yank on it, and 9 times out of 10, either it'll push the pin right out or it will bend it. And when I look at the what you call it, the primer, it's been put in there sideways or something, or it's jammed in there, and it won't come out. So I go through those decapping pins like crazy. So.
And since you said parts, one thing that would be nice too, if you have a friend or family member that carries, and they carry whatever, and what it is, you can always get like recoil springs. You can never have enough of those, and it's good to swap those out randomly, and they don't really cost much unless you're going Wilson Combat or something like that. That's always an idea too. That's out of the
Wolf Spring for that.
Yeah, and it's something that most people like if I got $5 that's burning a hole in my pocket, last thing I'm thinking about is a spring.
If I got $5 burning in my pocket, I'm going down to Deb's truck stop and eat some breakfast.
Yeah, so those kind of things like that, and that's like those stocking stuffers, those things that you need, but you're not gonna necessarily put an order in just for a spring or something like that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
So anybody else got any ideas for what to get people who might need help? Oh, was it Black Cat that he wasn't in here? Say when I was asking people how the juicy breasts come out, I just thought I'd mention it while he was here. Because he was going on about it the other day, cooking turkeys upside down for they have nice juicy breasts. That was Black Cat, wasn't it? That was
no. I think that was Blind Shooter, wasn't it?
Hey,
no, I think Black Cat in the chat was going.
Was he? Okay.
So and so it's stuff like that. I would get somebody who needs it, but if somebody, another good thing, if you know somebody who, is got a disability, not only disability, even needs somebody, that's on hard times or whatever, maybe take them down the range, let them use one of your guns, your ammo, take him out there for an afternoon, or if he's never shot, like where I'm going with is, get an instructor, give him a lesson or whatever, pay for that type thing.
How about a gift membership to a gun rights organization?
That's another good one right there. Yes.
I like to give those out as birthday presents, but it could work for Christmas too. You got somebody who's maybe new to firearms, or maybe they've been in for a long time, but they've never really been involved. And you get them a membership to an organization from your state or a national organization, and it's something they're just not going to do themselves. It's not that they don't have the money, or maybe they don't have the money, but it just might be something they just don't get around to do. And then once you get them that, because you don't need like too much personal information, their name, their email address, that's usually all it really takes. And they, instead of getting junk mail, they'll send the notifications by email, they'll send the publications by email, that sort of thing. On occasion, or they can contact them by email and say, somebody got you this gift membership, we need your address so we can send you your membership card, or whatever it is. Because I've bought memberships for people with just their name and their email address, or their name and their cell number, and that's all it's taken.
And that brings up something good too, because if they don't, say they're just hunters and they don't pay attention to anything, that little membership kit that they send, that welcome kit, it has good information usually. Yeah,
you're right. E Honda says TYMPP patch. That, for anybody who don't know, that's Yankee Marshall's pistol project. As much as I get so mad at the guy, I got to give him credit for what he does there. Given a gun. Well, that's because of the amount of Patreons he has. They give him the money. He gives a gun to person in need. They write in, and it gets chosen by a panel. And
Are those patches available at gearwebsites.com?
I don't know. They
I
used
believe
to.
some.
I don't know if he has any left. I got a Yankee Marshall patch. Somebody sent me a bunch of stuff to give away, and I don't know who. 2 or 3 people have done it, sent me a bunch. I got them all piled in here, and I got a Yankee Marshall patch in here. You know, I didn't want people to think that I was a secret admirer, you know. So, oh, Black Cat Outdoor says Squib sounds like he's in the bathroom. Oh, that's because of the echo. Or is he just doing another video for
The closer?
yeah.
Oh, whoosh.
That's tomorrow.
Uh,
It'll be coming to you from Marana, Arizona.
oh, Two Gun Kitty, the Catnip Outlaw says yes, they are at gear websites. So there you go. No. Yeah, I will, David. If I have any issues, I will send you an email. I think I even got your phone number, actually. I think you gave it to me one time. So, all right. Ryan Shooter, anything you can think of gift-wise that might help somebody?
To help the shooters, you could always go with a pack of the shoot and see targets. I mean, even though you sighted people claim that you can see targets, apparently half the time you guys can't hit the broadside of a barn door. And for all you cold weather wusses out there, they have this thing called Mr. Buddy heaters. It's about the size of a Zippo. You put a small drop of lighter fluid into it. You can stick it in your pocket and hang around your neck, and it's like your own little personal heater going around.
Okay, so a little bit of lighter fluid, so you have to light it, right? So can it catch fire?
I've seen people use them, and none of them have, had to stop, drop, and roll. So I guess it's good to go.
Okay. All right. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's it. I mean, this time of year, even though we don't have any snow down here in southern Indiana yet, I hope we don't get any. But it gets cold. I mean, like today, I don't think it got above 35. When I got up this morning, it was in the 20s. So it does get cold here, you know. And of course, the arthritis is when it's cold. When I get up in the morning, I tell you ought to see me. I sort of throw the covers off. Then I sort of, when I roll over, I got to sort of like rock back and forth because I can't push my shoulders and arms are sort of locked from sleeping. You know, because once I sit up on the bed, then I have to do sort of like stretching exercises so I can get the old arms moving. You know, it's hilarious to watch me actually. Thinking if somebody was watching me do it, you know, but there you go. Echo and the Bunny Man said you could get somebody concealed weapons license classes if that's always good to have, even though if your state doesn't need them to get a license, it's always good to have them, to learn what to do. Okay, Nunez said Zippo sells rechargeable hand warmers. They don't require lighter fluid, lasts 9 hours on a charge, and can also be used as power packs to recharge your phone. They are on Amazon. There you go.
They don't sound as fun as those ones with the fuel sticks that you used to light.
Yeah, I remember those as a kid. Yeah.
With this, full of asbestos, that little clamshell that you shut in this velvet.
Yeah. And if I remember, you couldn't regulate the temperature on them, so they could get really, really hot in your pocket, So, all right. So, I mean, is that kind of you got any suggestions, Kingpin? Because you've been very quiet this chat so far.
Yeah, no, I don't do the Christmas thing. I'll be a total downer if I give my opinion. So I'll just pass. Why would you think your friend's gonna like?
I'm not a big Christmas thing. I mean, even on a regular note, I don't buy presents. I don't expect any. I don't buy any. I don't do Christmas cards. and I don't expect any. So I guess I'm a big humbug Scrooge, I guess, when it comes to Christmas. And I don't even put up Christmas decor anymore. I've become really bad that way. And don't get me wrong, people want to do it, that's fine. And when I was married and my kids were real small, oh, I love Christmas. I would have the biggest. I'd always have a real tree. I'll buy the biggest I could find. Sometimes it'd be so big that it'd take up half of my goddamn living room or wherever I was living at the time. Oh, I used to love Christmas. I mean, I used to wake my kids up on Christmas morning opening the presents. But once I got divorced and the kids grew up, the only time I really might enjoy Christmas is if I had a girl. I've had a girlfriend a few times over Christmas time, then I'll get into the spirit of it, But if I'm on my own like I am now, I don't expect anything from me, and I don't expect anything from you. There we go.
Well, see, I'm lucky. My birthday's in the middle of December, so I can use that excuse. But with having a little daughter, she kind of forces it. I mean, I had our snow machine in the front yard, throwing lights at the house, a week before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Jason Stewart said Rick's life, Scrooging with disabilities. Yeah, basically. Yeah. I don't know if it's old age. I mean, really, I keep saying I'm old. To a youngster, when I was young, everybody knows I'm 62 now, right? And that's not, when you look at the big scheme of things, that's not really that old, But sometimes I feel that way because the way I hurt and everything else. But to be quite honest with you, really, I'm so thankful that you guys go out and work and for you can pay my disability check. But honestly, I laugh and joke. I mean, yes, I wish I was still working because I needed to take those last few years to get all my retirement sorted out, and it wouldn't have been much, but it would have been better than what I got now. So sometimes I sit here and I wish I could get up in the morning and go to work and stuff like that. But then some days, when it was 25 degrees when I woke up this morning, it was glad that I could just look at the temperature on my phone and just stay under the covers, nice and toasty. I'm thinking of you poor people that had to get up and go to work. It has its advantages, but I wish I had all this time and stuff and was physically fit. I.e., I don't mind being fat. I've been fat all my life, but I'm talking about the bad back and the arthritis and the bad hips. If I was just normal wear and tear, it'd be great. So that's what I'm saying. Anyway, any input from you, Squib?
I'm busy putting down salt.
Okay. All right.
Salt's a good gift too.
What's that?
Salt.
Yes.
That ice melt. I'm always in
Now, now, when you say you put down salt, does Michigan still allow a salt mixture on the roads? Because some states won't allow it now. They have to come up with some other stuff.
Those are communist states, and I don't recognize their ridiculous anti-salt laws.
Yeah. They're also the ones that have those high insurance rates for all them dumb people that can't stop.
Yeah.
That little brine mixture that they've come up with as the pre-treater is not bad stuff. Like, they need to put more of it down, but it does a pretty good job.
That's something before it snows?
Yeah, they go around and basically spray this. Basically it's salt water. They call it a brine solution, and they spray it on all the streets. And when the weatherman is pretty much letting you know that there's definitely going to be a storm and it's not a maybe kind of thing, they'll spray it down all over the streets, and it helps keep stuff from sticking to the streets for a little while.
Yeah. Oh, Black Cat was going on about when I was talking about Christmas. He goes, I always like having a girlfriend for Christmas. The wife isn't a fan though, and always complains. Oh, okay. All right. Get Squib a salt thrower for Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, just a grass seed spreader.
I'm the
Yeah.
salt thrower. It's just
Here,
a 50-pound bag and me.
let me. I do salt snow removal all winter long, and I'll save everybody a whole bunch of cash and room in their garage. Don't buy a grass spreader and dump salt in it. If you're gonna get a salt spreader, you got to spend a good amount of money and get like a metal one, because that salt will get warm while it's underneath, like as it's packed down, it'll get warm and it'll start getting solid, and it'll chop them. It'll get stuck in them blades every time. And you'll buy in one winter, you'll buy 3 of those grass spreaders. So
And
just either do like Squibby does and just spread it by hand, or pay good money for a salt spreader if you buy one.
I've been at this place 2 years, and the third salt spreader that we've had is still inside the building right now because I'm not going to bring it out here and try to. You're absolutely right. We've had them where it's like leaving concrete in a concrete mixer and not rinsing it out, and then it's like, hey, what happened?
Oh, you're talking about big ones. I just meant like those little flingers.
Yeah, no, it'll do the same thing.
You just dump, but
no, we've got that. We tried to use the seed spreaders to spread the salt, and I'm like, guys, that won't work. And every time it ends up turning into a brick inside of there, and it's junk. And I'll just grab the bag and go outside.
Yeah, I just use a black coffee can to spread for black coffee, not blueberry truffle. I don't think that would work.
Yeah. So I mean, normally I'll. Luckily, in the last few places, I don't know what my new landlord's going to be like because we haven't had snow yet this year here, if we get any. But the last few places I've lived, the landlord is taking care of all that, of shoveling my sidewalk, my driveway, and even the new guy here last year done my driveway for me that one time we had snow. So I don't know what the new guy is going to be like. So we'll find out. Yeah. Oh, so I'm laughing at what you're writing there, Kingpin. Yeah. So there was something I was going to mention. I can't remember what in the hell it was. It's gone. Sabrina says, if you get snow, please send it to me. What do you mean? I thought the Netherlands got snow. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what you call it? Okay, I'm sorry. I was reading the. I'm having trouble walking and chewing gum at the same time here. So we're all very quiet here in the chat, and there was something I was going to talk about, and I can't remember what in the hell it was.
Your giveaway question?
What?
Your question for the giveaway?
Oh, I can do that. No, we're only halfway through right now, so I could do it now to give people try, but I have not had one entry yet to my quiz for Saturday. All right, I'm going to give it to you. It's a few stickers, but the main prize is I guess is this a cleaning mat? It's from Allen Anchor. It's the Gaston flag. It's yellow, and it says "fuck around and find out" written on it. That was going to be the prize for this Saturday. I ain't figured out I'm going to send it yet, but plus I'll give you a few stickers in there as well. But the question is, email me now. This is an email question. All right. The question was, I can never pronounce it right, but in the TV show, The Mandalorian, is that how you pronounce it? I want to know his main weapon. It's a modified what? Who who first showed up with that weapon in the Star Wars universe. And for a little bit of extra, if you can tell me what all the stuff that weapon does. You know, because it's got a range of tools on it. So that is the question. So email me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com by 12 noon Eastern Time Saturday. So if anybody got the answer, that's the prize. So there we go. So there we go. There was something else I was going to mention.
I'm not really sure why I'm even asking because I don't really care. But is the Mandalorian like the Boba Fett story? Is that what that's supposed to be about? Like the bounty hunter story or something?
Boba
Yeah,
Fett's race are the Mandalorians.
Yes.
So this is like a spin-off of that. It has nothing to do with Boba Fett directly. It's just a story about another person from his planet, another bounty hunter. They're a race of bounty hunters.
Perfect. Now I don't need to know anything else about
Pretty
that.
much.
That's exactly all the information I needed.
The only good, it's a great show, and what's getting everybody worked up is Baby Yoda. You know, got this cute little Baby Yoda there. So so there we go. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what's unknown user. Yeah, I know my language is got pretty bad on this show tonight. That's because I'm not feeling well. You know, with the infected tooth or teeth and the medication and everything else. But that's okay. Oh, I know what I was going to talk about since we're gone through that and change the topic slightly. Go back. I'll start with Blind Shooter on this one. What is your take on the oral arguments at the Supreme Court the other day?
We're damned if we do, and we're damned if they don't.
That's the very political answer. That
Well, I'm trying to keep it PG. I mean, if you really want me to curse, I could.
No. I personally feel that I hope they make a decision, but I got a feeling New York City's going to win. They're going to not win. They're just going to, I guess they do win. They're going to throw it out. We're going to hear in a week or two that they decided not to hear it because they did change the law. So what are they actually? They're there because of the law. The law is not there anymore. So that I don't know. I'm hoping. I guess I'm being. Is it pessimistic? Is that the word I'm looking for? So, did anybody else read stuff on the oral arguments and what happened? No, nobody.
Because nobody really cares. See, they're all a bunch of keyboard commandos.
Yeah.
No, see, some of us have jobs. We don't sit home all day looking for stuff to read and watch on TV because we're bored out of our minds.
Yeah. So, okay, all right. But I hope it could make. If it goes all the way, it could be, and they look at it very broadly on their definition. It could make some big changes to the two-way gun laws in this country, or if they make it very narrow, it ain't going to help us any. Also, I said if they throw it out, you're back to the start. You're back to the drawing board again. You have to start it all over again.
Well, that's where I like tossing out the. I don't know if you want to call it a question, but if the Supreme Court rules in favor of New York City instead of the Rifle Pistol Association, who thinks that it would be kind of the nail in the coffin for gun rights organizations, because you're still going to get the heavy donors that'll always donate to NRA and GOA. But if we end up losing, do you guys think that it's going to be it for the smaller guys, like everyone here on the panel and in the chat, donating to gun rights organizations, since they see that legal lawsuits aren't going to get them anywhere?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, because a lot of people on, especially on this one, they think, well, what, it's only going to affect New York. They're not looking into it as the big picture. No, I don't think it's going to make any difference. You know, we lost one. We just tried to get the Supreme Court. I mean, there's still cases sitting there waiting for the Supreme Court to say yay or nay on whether they're going to give them a cert or not. You know? So, Black Cat Outdoors said it's going to be a narrow ruling, probably, if they take it up. I hope not. I hope it's a broad ruling, you know, because narrow doesn't help us any, really. So,
well, you know, the 4 judges are going to rule against it.
Yes. You're right. You're right. I mean, it comes down to what's his name, Roberts. Is going to be he's the swinging dick in there, you know. It depends who. It depends, and that's where I'm being pessimistic. Why I think it will go the other way is because all them 25 Democrat senators who sent that letter to the Supreme Court saying if they do this and they rule wrong, their days are numbered. He might be scared about that. You know what I'm saying? And they really can't do anything. Yeah. Black Cat says they won't rule in favor of New York. It'll either be mute or overturned. Supreme Court doesn't take cases unless they are going to overrule something. You know, so I don't know. But we do have another question, since everybody's so chatty here, and I'm having to play referee. Unknown user got a question. This is for the panel. What is your take on the bill in Virginia that will make anyone who takes firearm training and also attends 2A rallies felons, listing them as parliamentary terrorists? So, what do you think, guys? What's your take on that, Kingpin? Because you're very close to Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big surprise. It's crazy. You know, how you're going to tell somebody that they can't go to the range? It's illegal to go to the range and practice with your gun, or to go to a range with your friend, because then all of a sudden you're some type of militia. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, the way I interpreted it, maybe I misread it, was like if you go to the range by yourself and shoot, you're okay. But if one or two or more of you there, that's where the trouble starts.
Right. Yeah, and you're never gonna find it. I mean, you might be lucky, but as far as me personally, there's no such thing as nobody at the range at Maryland. And all the ranges that I know about always have plenty of people there. So are those all counted as people gathering to practice firearms? You know, so
yeah. I mean, if they go down that road, every gun range will be closed down.
Well, that's why I said before that repealing the Second Amendment isn't just about taking the guns away. It's about taking your karate class away too. So, you know, maybe people think I sound stupid when I say that, but you know, look at what's happening. You can't train, so you don't think that the next step is going to be your martial arts class? And I even think there's probably even something in there about that. I'm not 100% sure, but they're going to take any type of form of your personal defense away from you. Because the Second Amendment, we all know, and we've said it a million times, doesn't say the word gun in it anywhere. So why wouldn't they say, well, we've repealed the Second Amendment, and since it doesn't say anything about guns, you can't have a karate class either.
Yeah, you got a good point. You got a good point there.
Can I say something about? I've heard people. All right, now that I don't agree with this, so don't equate this with me. But if with the way that was written, that it says, if you do training or you're together in the, however it is worded, with the intent of civil disobedience. Okay, is that? I've heard people say that. Oh well, that's just if you're planning on doing bad things. Right. Of course, we know that anything that the government or they say everything can be bad. So that's not a protection. But have you heard anyone talk like that? Where that there's one line in there, that one portion of that huge line about civil disobedience or civil whatever it was basically saying, well, if you're doing this with the intent to be a bad guy, which isn't. Obviously, it's not what their intent is. But have you heard anybody with that opinion? I mean, do you understand? I don't have the words with me right now. What that actual statement is?
Yeah, I mean, civil
But there
unrest.
is a section. Yeah.
I mean, weren't the marches back in the '60s civil unrest? That
Yeah. That's what I mean. It could be anything, but I've heard several people, which I don't ever agree with anything they say, basically say, well, that's just if you're being a troublemaker, you're trying to be start some kind of issue, not going to the range, which we all know what they're getting at and what their
Yeah, I mean,
intent
it looks
is, but
they're going to shut Virginia now that it's all because it's all gone Democrat. Is there? By the sounds of it, they're going to shut down guns in Virginia totally. You know what I'm saying? There's not going to be a gun allowed in Virginia.
Okay, the way I understand it, it's written too broadly. I understand what the intent of it is. It's to stop groups like Antifa or some sort of white supremacist group or something like that, or terrorists, real legitimate terrorists. It's an additional charge, or it's something that they can charge them with if they're aware that they're at some farm somewhere training with explosives and practicing military tactics and things like that with the intent of using that training to create civil unrest, to create terrorism. The thing is, if they're writing this law so that they can say they have intent so we can stop them before they do any harm, I get the premise behind it. The problem is when you write laws like that, especially ones that are really broad, somebody can abuse the power. That's the true issue. So for the people out there that are going, this is great, this will stop Antifa before they do any real damage, I say no, this is not good because it could affect our civil liberties. Because I could be at my friend's farm shooting tannerite, and they could say, you were planning civil unrest with it. No, I'm just shooting tannerite, dude. We have the right to a well-regulated militia. You do have the right to do these sorts of things, to practice, if it's a bunch of veterans or you got one veteran training a bunch of civilians, in tactics or land navigation or how to use a radio, or look at all the YouTube channels that have all this stuff about how to do first aid and how to do. These are all things you can learn in the military. These are all things that can be used by any a paramilitary organization, and they can choose to use that training for good or for evil. Just like anything else, just like a firearm, right? It can be used for good or for evil. So I understand that if they think that they can write this law in order to prevent a crime from happening, I understand their intent for public safety. But the downside is somebody's going to abuse it. So I say don't do it. Don't have laws like this that can be broadly interpreted and abused at a later point. And if somebody disagrees with me, I really don't care.
Well, no, here, there's a bunch of stuff going on in the chat here. Midnight Rain says, I was surprised how unworried about the Virginia bill some people are. On my show, I felt like I was trying to convince people that the bill could be interpreted in many ways, which is scary. Now, Black Cat's going on about the last Supreme Court case. McDonald's expanded on Heller, but stopped just short of what we needed. New York wouldn't have been able to do what is going on now if they would have gone broader with McDonald. Good point. We got two conversations going on here. You know, okay, unknown user says the way I read it, if you're taking training and then attend something like an open carry rally, they say you're guilty of terroristic intimidation.
That's the thing. I agree with what Squibby was saying. If we could go by the premise, but we can't. We have facts, and the facts are that these politicians are corrupt and they're underhanded and deceitful. This law was written to be abused. That's exactly why it was written. It wasn't written to stop anything, it was written to be abused. The Democrats don't even consider Antifa a terrorist group. They think Antifa are good people and they're glad that they're out there. This law was written on purpose to be abused. Now, I understand what Squibby was saying. He was making a really valid point, but unfortunately, we don't live in that world. We live in the world that the Virginia Democrats are as corrupt as the day is long.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, it is scary. Now, again, we're all jumping. I mean, yeah, we know these bills are there. I mean, if some of the constituents call their Democratic thing, and actually say something to them, and they're, all hypothetical here. Are they going to vote along party lines, or are they actually going to listen to their constituents? Are they? We're jumping the gun like we are with Trump. Trump said some goddamn terrible 2A things, but he's never done any of them. Now, is Virginia going to really go through with everything they got on there to the letter of what they're actually saying? Or do you think they'll be modified in some way because some of the people, some of the actual Democratic congressmen will protest,
No, I don't think that at all. I think they're going full steam to infringe in every single way that they can in everyone in Virginia's life. This Virginia is what's it, code red right now, whatever, scientific or sci-fi term is for really bad right now. Look, the current governor is a huge pile of trash. The lieutenant governor is a huge pile of trash, and the lieutenant governor is going to be the new governor. And then the AG is going to be the new lieutenant governor. Virginia is in some serious trouble, and those Democrats mean business. They're not playing a game. They're not playing politics. They're playing the way they want to do it. They got Virginia in a really bad spot right now.
They do. Somebody wrote it, and I can't find it now. But basically, this law they're coming up with, is to stop 2A people rising up. Well, not rising up, but even doing a demonstration against what they're doing. So it's like that. This is what we're doing. You can't do anything about it. You can't even protest it, because if you protest it, you're going to be arrested for doing a terrorist act.
Just listen to the mainstream media right now. If you mention that Hunter Biden did something shady in Ukraine, then you're a Russian propagandist. They're going on the national television, on all their huge TV screens, which really they don't get that many viewers, but still, all their printed papers and magazines are all saying that if you question maybe Ukraine isn't to be trusted either, then you're propagating Russian propaganda. And you are a traitor.
I was listening to that stuff on and off today on the hearings today.
People think this is a game. This is not a game. This is serious business.
Even though that one guy told them they were wrong, and he listed the things why that this impeachment shouldn't happen, or it's not against what he's done and all this stuff. They don't care. They're going to vote down party lines to impeach him. They've got this thing all set up. My theory is they're trying to rush it through. They know it's going to die in the Senate, But they're going. But they're going. I think they made a political gamble that they're going to change the people in the United States' ideas over to, well, Trump's the bad guy. We're not going to vote for him this year. And I think it's backfired on them, to be honest with you.
Well, that calling people racist and sexist and bigoted and homophobic and deplorable has worked forever. It's always worked. And it would have worked with anybody except for Donald Trump. If Ted Cruz got elected president, the first time Nancy Pelosi said he was an imposter, Ted Cruz would be finished. But
Yeah.
Donald Trump's not. And a lot of people like that. A lot of people like the fact, whether you like Donald Trump or not, that he's given Nancy Pelosi the finger all day, every day.
Yeah.
And nobody else ever has, and nobody else has ever gotten away with it. If 5 minutes ago, right now, if you said the N word right now, YouTube would shut you down quicker than anything, no matter what.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not encouraging saying the N word. I'm just encouraging having a normal conversation and being a regular old person or whatever. I don't know.
I know where you're coming from. It is scary out there right now. It really is. And I'm just hoping, even if you don't like Trump, I'm hoping. Okay, let's put it this way: I'm hoping the Republicans win again. I'm not going to say I hope Trump wins again. Let's hope the Republicans win again, because if the Democrats get in, we're screwed, big time. Not only just on gun rights, on everything else.
I think what the big thing everyone needs to pay attention to is, even though he's a late runner in the game, everyone should be keeping an eye on Bloomberg. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, he's got more money than Trump, and he knows what he's doing.
There's no fathomable way in my mind, because I'm trying to use logic, that Trump's not going to get reelected. Not Michael Bloomberg. You could add all the Democrat scores together, and Donald Trump is still going to win in a landslide. The only way Donald Trump loses is if people like us get all pissy about the bump stock and the fact that he said a few things about the Second Amendment, or he tweets, or whatever kind of other stupid reason you have for thinking that you're not going to vote for Donald Trump. Once again, I've said it a million times. This isn't about Donald Trump.
No.
Screw Donald Trump. I don't care if you like him or not. If you don't like him, that's fine. He is kind of a jerk. Maybe he should put the Twitter thing down. But this is about us and what kind of country we're going to have going forward. Because one of these days, Donald Trump won't be in the office anymore. He'll be about as relevant as Barack Obama is now, and George W. Bush. Just like every other president that's ever been a couple years out of office. And president who? What?
Yeah, they're irrelevant now. Yeah, it's not about Donald Trump. It's about us, the people. We, the people. And I think what we're seeing, hopefully, I think the American people, there's going to be it's going to be like the Trump fans or followers. They're going to vote for him no matter what he does, because they like him. And there's some Democrats out there are going to vote Democrat no matter what. No matter what. So, but it's the people but I think some of those Democrats out there are realizing what a fiasco the government's doing right now, especially Congress.
There's a guy, his name's Brandon Stryka or something like that. I don't really know what his name is, but he started this thing called #WalkAway. And I'm telling you, go look it up after the show. Of course, don't leave Rick's show to go do that. But after Rick's show, go to your YouTube search and type in #WalkAway or just walk away. And all your videos are going to come up about a bunch of leftists, crazy liberals, still got blue hair and earrings in their eyeballs, talking about why they left the Democrat Party. And that they're not necessarily saying they're big Trumpists now, but they're seeing that everybody's a racist, everybody's a sexist. If you don't agree with me, you're a Russian agent. People are getting tired of that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. And also the press. When Pelosi called the president of the United States, who was legally voted in, right, an imposter. If that was Republicans saying that about Obama, the press would be all over them.
Imagine, if you will, that the next Democrat president comes up. Brett Kavanaugh says, "I'm not going to leave the bench as long as they're in the White House." Old Buzzy Ginsburg said that about Trump. She should be removed from office from that. If you're specifically staying on because you have political differences with the president, then you're violating your oath of office or bench or whatever they call it for the Supreme Court.
Yeah. Oh, Midnight Range is going back about the Virginia thing. People are telling me that rallies aren't in danger because the bill doesn't specifically say rallies. I call BS. I think an anti-gun politician would ban rallies, calling them intimidating gatherings. He's absolutely right. I agree with him. They made that too broad, and they're going to do a lot of stuff with that. That's going to hurt you. They're going to pass these bills, and these bills are designed to stop you in Virginia from protesting what they're doing, because they're going to arrest you because you just broke the law. So I don't know. And I hope these, those sheriffs, the 2A counties can do something. But if state troopers come in, there's not a damn thing. Even if they send in the FBI, the sheriff's jurisdiction always goes to the FBI. So it's scary. It's scary. It really is. I feel for those people down in Virginia, but then again, they should have got off their ass and voted. And I feel that's the problem. Maybe I'm wrong. Bloomberg did spend a lot of money down there to do it. He even said it in one of his interviews. His actual words was, "I turned Virginia Democrat." Because he's got the money to do it. So
10 years ago, he said, "I'm going to turn Virginia Democrat." And everybody said, "Yeah, right. That'll never happen in Virginia. We're some good old boys down here."
Yeah, he's done it. He's done it. He's done it right under your noses, too.
Texas is next.
Yeah. Because I was watching, as I said, I was watching on and off the hearings today. I was listening to the people on the committee there. Damn, I didn't realize there were so many goddamn Democratic Texans. That country is definitely purple. If it's not 2020, by 2024, Texas will be blue. So there we go. Anyway, it's 4 minutes past 8. I'm going to call it quits. I haven't even told you what I was going to eat because I don't even feel like eating. That's how rough my stomach's feeling right now. I think I'll just drink some hot tea and watch something on the old TV for a little while. So, but I should be back on Saturday. Hopefully, I will be here Saturday, even if I'm feeling like I am now. I will be back on Saturday at 3 p.m. with Rick's Life as I see it. And don't forget, if anybody wants to use my hour next Wednesday, by all means use it, because I will not be here next Wednesday because I'm going to the dentist and having a few teeth pulled. So I don't think I'll be in a fit state to I think my mouth be hurting too much or be full of cotton, and I won't be able to speak properly. So I just wanted to let people know that I will not be here next Wednesday, but I'll be here Saturday. So I hope to see you all then. I want to say thank you all for being here. Had some good conversation going there. I really do appreciate it. I do read what all you are saying. I don't always talk about it or read what you said, but I personally read what you're saying. So I just want you guys to let you know that. So I will say good night to y'all. Oh, let me say, you got anything to say, Squib, before we shut her down?
No. I guess other than thanks for the invite.
You're always welcome, Squib. Kingpin, anything?
Oh yeah, Two Gun Kitty that hangs out in the chat. Go subscribe to their channel. Put out a new video today from their gear website patches, and they said they got some more patches coming. So go ahead and click on Two Gun Kitty's name right there, and go watch their videos and give them a sub.
Okay. And blind shooter left, and I know Patriot left because his daughter was coming home. He said he would drop out early, so they just didn't leave because they were bored, So anyway, I want to say thank you all for being here. And anytime you want to join the panel, you're more than welcome, Black Cat. Just let us know, and we'll send you a link. So, I always like saying thank you, Sabrina from the Netherlands, for being here. I really do appreciate it. I know you got family over this Saturday, so you won't be here. So, I will see you the following, actually be the following Saturday, because I won't be here next Wednesday. So, because of the dentist. So, I want to say thank you very much. And I will see you all on Saturday. So, good night, everybody.